Hi. Today I would like to show you how quick, easy, and intuitive it is to create looks with Color Cone. Thanks to the color warp technology developed by Picture Instruments, even relatively drastic changes in color look very smooth, even in 8-bit images. Instead of loading an image from my hard drive, I just go to my video editing software and take a screenshot of my current scene. Clicking on this button lets me insert screenshots from my clipboard directly into Color Cone. You may ask yourselves why I insert an image from a video as a screenshot. Simply because I want to export the look that I now create on the base of this picture as a 3D lookup table from Color Cone to apply it to the video. By now, 3D lookup tables can be used in many video editing applications as well as Photoshop. But back to Color Cone. The basic principle of Color Cone is to select a source color range in the Source section and use Target to define what the colors of the source area should be transformed into. This way, I can transform various color areas, which are then represented by small measuring points in the Color Cone. Let's delete all points using the Reset button, and then select the eyedropper tool in the bottom left corner of the Color Cone to create a new measuring point. If I move my cursor along the image during the selection, the color range underneath the current position of my cursor will be displayed before I create a point by clicking with my mouse. Using the radius control and its associated options for the shape of the curve, I can define how many colors surrounding my selected color will be affected. To avoid flying blind, I can highlight the selected area with my Mask button. If you have selected the wrong spot, you can always adjust your selection using the controls, the eyedropper, or the numeric fields in the source area. When I'm happy with my selection, I turn off my mask to get to the actual edit of my colors. In this case, I would like to darken my selected area a little bit and increase the color saturation. Now that's looking pretty good already. Just adjusting the hue a little more. Perfect. You may ask yourselves why occasionally other controls start moving along with the control that I actually move. Well, for example, I push the control for my luminance into an area where the selected chroma is not available in my HCl color model, and it automatically resets itself to the highest value possible. In return, this also works when I use the control for my chroma. Apart from the setting options located right below the Color Cone, I can also set the colors directly within the cone. To show you how it's done, I will create another point. If I have already done any edits in the image, my preview for selecting the color using my eyedropper tool will always jump back to the original picture. This keeps me from selecting a color that does not actually exist in the original picture. The newly created point will appear in the Color Cone and will immediately be active. By grabbing the point with my mouse, I can adjust its luminance by moving it up and down. By holding the Control key or the Command key on a Mac, I adjust hue and chroma simultaneously instead of luminance. Let me give you a couple of useful tips for the buttons and controls in Color Cone so you don't lose your overview. The black circle in the middle of the Color Cone displays the maximum chroma of the selected luminance in the target area, and the gray circle displays the same in the source area. The dot in the cone itself, which holds the entire setting, always contains the source color and is located at the position of the target color. If that dot or measuring point has a magenta colored contour, its mask is currently being displayed, and if it contains a cross, it is deactivated. The position of the source color in an active element is always represented by a square and can be moved just like the target color in the cone. Source and target position are always connected with a gray line. The dark gray lines connect neutral gray in the center of the cone with the source value, and the white lines with the target value. The selected hue chroma value is represented by a cross on the center plate of the cone, and the length of the vertical line originating from the cross displays how much brighter or darker than 50% grade the selected point actually is. Further control elements are the histogram, as well as a superimposed hatch pattern, which shows if the global brightness or individual color channels burn or drown out. In addition to adjusting individual colors in the color cone, the contrast, chroma, and luminance can be adjusted using the respective 3 controls. If you like your look, you can save complete sets of settings as presets. Simply type a name for the preset into the field and hit Save. Saved presets can be applied via the drop-down menu or, if not needed anymore, deleted with the X button. You can save the finished image to your hard drive or, and now we get back to the beginning of our tutorial and why we have captured a screenshot in our video editing software, export it as a 3D lookup table that you can freely use in any software that supports LUTs. If you own unlimited filters by Picture Instruments, you can also save the look directly to unlimited filters and manage it from there. Just go to www.picture-instruments.com and download a free 14-day test version of Color Cone. Have fun creating your own looks.